Hey. Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Oh, I got an early Christmas present and I'm wearing it.
Aw, it's
It's a
cute.
honeybee and it's the queen
Honeybee,
bee.
the queen
Angela sent
bee.
it to me.
So you found out who it was. Awesome. That's awesome.
Yes. You see, right. So there's two of them, but this one, I thought see it, but not today, I guess. That's okay.
Oh, it's cute. It's cute, though.
Yeah, it is cute.
I
It
don't
is cute.
know.
But you just can't see it all. Well, so,
We can
how
stand up.
are you?
I, I don't see anybody. Is it me? There you go. Look how cute.
Yeah. You don't see anybody here? What happened?
I
Well,
have
I
the
had a snowstorm.
I have the time on the wrong side. You know, when you start the live, it's on the opposite side, and the other side doesn't. And that's the side that usually shows how many people are here. So I don't see that number at all.
Let me tell
It
you, everything is so screwed up.
it is.
I have got a show scheduled for Sunday morning, my sofa thing, and it's showing up in YouTube as I'm going live. So I went to StreamYard because it says Akashic instead of saying um, Sunday on the sofa. So I wanted to edit it to say Sunday on the sofa. And it's not in my StreamYard.
Yeah, that happens to me
What?
too.
What the?
I know.
Yeah,
It's the,
I'm getting
the
drop downs. Angela somewhere because I'm getting drop downs from her that says she loves the shirt. So do I.
I got Iron Fire Horse
Yeah.
in your channel, and you've got from what I can tell, five. I've got. I can't. I'm sorry. Just trying to figure out why everything. I hate when YouTube changes things up on you. You don't know where you're at, and then mine only says one. So, well, Penny's here. Hi, Penny.
Hey, Penny.
Okay, so let me get out of there. Well, well, well. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to what witness the decoding.
Yep.
Uh, we
Coding.
we have this last couple months. Well, this is the last month of 2025, but we go into um, uh, January. This is why we're coming on every week, because you're literally in the cocoon phase. Like, you are all just mush on the inside, you know, and we just got to ride it out together. We're going to ride it out together, even though it doesn't feel bad. I mean, I speak a full sentence still, but Diane's Diane's helping me. But that's where we're at. It's like, um, we are recreating ourselves. We are reinventing ourselves. We are starting a whole new year in a new in a new body. Well, yeah, new body for some. Diana's going to have a new body.
I'm going bionic.
Yeah. So see, it's like, there's so many levels to this, and we're all in it somewhere. And today was Neptune stationing to go direct. Now, when Neptune stations to go direct, well, we got about 2 weeks, Diana, before we see any
Well, yes,
further.
because we've been feeling this energy of his stationing since Saturday, even
Right,
Friday last week,
right.
because
Yeah.
he is such a slow mover. It's not even like he's done anything. He already stood still back then. He's at 28 degrees and 22 minutes of arc. So,
29. He's 29. He's 29. He's been 29 for this whole time.
yeah, I know this is what's crazy because
Did that, am
I
I
have
am I right? Am I or
well, no, I'm not going to say you're wrong either. I'm doing tropical to Placidus, and my chart is saying 28, 22. And that is what Ann Ortley's chart is saying, and that is what um, Rick Levine's chart is saying. But then I watched, because I've been having this discrepancy for quite some time. I watched, oh gosh, what's his name? I can't remember. Not Steve Judd. The guy who comes on with Stefan Burns. So I watched him to see what his chart said, and his chart was saying 29. So
yeah, Molly says 29, and
yes,
so
it just depends on what you're using. You know, maybe they're using Coach and
well, I use Placidus Western just like you do.
So maybe they're using Coach instead of Placidus, because Coke is a lot. The one spelled Koch is a lot like Placidus, right, but it's a little degree off. So
I have 29, 22. Either way, the last 2 degrees of Pisces is the last 2 degrees of the zodiac. The last degree of the zodiac is you're just everything and nothing all at one time.
Might as well be 29.
You can't. You really can't like get. And this is the ruler of Pisces is Neptune. So it's just spirit. Spirit is just having us in this like liminal space, right? This you're just not homeostasis. What's the word when you're a cocoon? You know, when they suspended animation. That's what I'm trying.
Suspended in the chrysalis. Don't squish me.
I can't even talk. But it's a cool spot to be in. But wow, we're gonna, okay, now check this out. Neptune doesn't go to 0 degrees Aries until, I love the date, January 26, 2026. So
of the date.
And then Saturn and Neptune will meet at exactly 0. I'm not sure the minutes are, but on February 20th, 2026. So you got 0220. It's just like, I love how the numbers are doing their thing there too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So today was such a magical day. For me, snow always makes it magical. And it was snowing last night when I was on the shows with the girls. And I had no idea that it had already started snowing. We have had fresh snow practically every night. Now, not that it was piling up a lot, but fresh snow practically every night. Today was that pile up heavy snow that comes down and just crushes itself together into it's a snowman before you get started.
I love that.
So I have wonderful neighbors, right? Yeah. I have wonderful neighbors who yesterday were texting me if I needed any help. Now, they didn't know I had appointments this morning. And I wasn't thinking, because I was on the show when the text came in. And I know that Dominica has to leave early in the morning to get to work. So I didn't text her back last night. So guess every time I woke up, my dreams were filled with this conversation that I was going to text to her at 7 o'clock in the morning. And she just gets to work about that time. That, oh my gosh, I wasn't thinking, yes, I need your help. I don't know how bad the roads are. And can your husband, Kevin, come and take me to my appointments, because he's got a big black truck and I've got a Subaru. They can both handle the road, but I prefer his truck over my car because he's driving. So that happened. He did take me and he waited with me. And then the magic of being there, my doctor was awesome. And I have to say, his last name is Tilley. He's familiar with Virginia because he went to school at George Mason, and his girlfriend was down in Richmond, so he's familiar with that. And he took a couple classes at VCU, and so he known the state, right? But he especially knew Chantilly. Well, he had to pull strings to make things happen so that I could get another test done today. I walked in, I had the EKG, which was the thing I was worried about. Then found it out that I needed to have an ultrasound, which are, what do they call it? Electrocardiogram. Oh no, echocardiogram. So I had to have that, and he made that happen. It happened at 1:15, and then they also got me right in to have the stress test on Monday morning. So everything's going to be taken care of. So once the gal at the desk got all of this stuff lined up, that everything's going to be taken care of before the surgery date, I asked her what her name was, and she said Chantal. Now, she'd already been Google over my third eye earrings and the fact that I was an astrologer and that I teach yoga and all this other stuff, and then said, when she said Chantal, I said, oh my God, this is a very magical day because I lived in Chantilly. Your name is Chantal. His name is Tilly. That to me sounds just like Chantilly. And sure enough, she got up to go to lunch smiling ear to ear because she made magic happen. And so it was a very magical day for me. The opposition of Uranus to Mercury.
Oh yeah, talk about that.
Because this is another thing. I've used this example before. I have Uranus at 29 degrees in Gemini, but right now Uranus at 29 degrees is sitting on my Mars, even with my discrepancy that puts him at 28, 22. But it's sitting on my Mars, which is no taking action, because my Mars is in that point in Taurus. But they made the magic happen, and some things did happen. And this is the magic of Uranus and Mercury in opposition to each other, because Mercury can do the talking and Uranus makes it happen.
And that Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. So,
yes.
And like, for instance, today, they lowered the interest rates. It has a lot to do with money and resources. When Uranus is in Taurus. So we're going to see stuff like that. Now with Mercury over there in these, they're both at 28. See, we got these late degrees, right? These late degrees reveal a lot. We have Mercury conjunct Black Moon Lilith at 28 degrees Scorpio. I'm surprised we haven't heard something salacious, let's say, today.
Well, go back and check, because now that it's the end of the day, more info is going to be coming, right? So I kept seeing drop downs that I couldn't pay attention to because I was doing other things, right? And let me tell you, it's one thing wonderful, marvelous, miraculous to hear your baby's heartbeat. But if you have never heard your own, it's like a washing machine, it was so loud. and to see it.
It's so amazing.
Here we are as light workers working for this heart and mind connection. And here I am doing this little scientific health procedure, witnessing my own heart to mind connection, because there I am, right? And with my Aries North node, it was going, oh, I am. I
mean, it is so beautiful. I mean, it is. Your heart never, we were just saying this and that, your heart never stops from the time you get here until the time you leave. And just to witness it in action. So cool. Too cool. Dying to ourselves. Okay, so this is a big, huge 29 degrees Neptune. We are dying to ourselves, dying to surrender. I wrote that down. I don't know who had said it. earlier, but it makes so much sense because there you are going into that chrysalis. You are just suspended animation, and it's just whatever happened. So to me, it's pretty cool. Yeah, can we do? Of course, we have to do things for the next 2 months, but uh, you're going to get downloads. You're going to get direction.
Oh, that's,
You're gonna,
yeah.
you're just going to. I mean, everybody's intuition is just going to just turn on, amp up. For those who haven't had theirs heard themselves, they'll be able to hear themselves.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And the reason why I'm going on and on about this is the end of the entire zodiac cycle for Neptune. It took him 165 years to go to this point, and he's never going to go back to uh, any further than where he is now. And
Right.
once he gets into Aries, that's it. That's a whole new zodiac. That's a whole new cycle for him. 165 years. We never get to even watch that play
Right.
out. And to see
Well,
the end of it.
and in Chinese astrology, we're the Iron Horse, which I know he's right, or she. I don't know. Who are you? It's the end of a 60-year cycle, or very close to the end of the 60-year cycle. So, and we're at the end of the Kali Yuga, and we're at the end of this, that, and the other thing. There is so much. I got so much studying to do over this recovery period, so I can catch up with ourselves, because girls and boys, we are. I feel like Miss Artist, or Captain Kangaroo.
Oh man, it's just so cool. I mean, to go into this new era, right, with our community, with everyone that we know and love, it is just, I mean, it's so amazing. I know we're not even out of 2025 yet, but we want to bring in hope, right? Because it looks like they're doing everything they can out in the external world and during the circus out there to try to bring us down, right?
Yeah.
But if we look at the astrology, there's nothing to bring us down. You're literally going through the next portal and we do have a portal. I mean, to me, every day is a portal, but we have the 12/12 portal on Friday. We do have these portals, and we're just going through this. I mean, it's just like magic, this I see it like real sparkly. I see everything sparkly and just like, real trippy looking. And that's what we're doing. We're just going through that until we get to the other side.
Let's say hello to a few people before we get too far off here. Viviani is here. Iron Horse. Liz in Awe. Karen Robinson. Howdy, howdy. Illumination Portal. She showed up. Isn't that right? Pamela, hi, darling. How are you? Angela is here. Yay. J-Cat Lady. And that's who I see on my channel. How about you?
I am, oh Lordy, I don't know whose channel I'm on. I think I'm on yours. Lauren, am I on yours? No, I'm on mine. Hold on. Lauren Hunsinger, Viviani, Maria is grateful. Good to see you, honey.
Yeah.
Sue Toffee. As we heal each other, Perrette, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. And congratulations, Perrette. I saw a little clip. You got married the other day.
You did. Awesome. I signed on your videos, girlfriend.
Yeah, so that's cool. Penny. Hi, Penny. Excuse me. Hi, Rossi. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Liz in Awe. Viviani. So far, I think that's everyone we got. Yeah, it is good to see everybody.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it really is. It's a very nice day. Now that the moon is in Virgo, so we're all going to get the cleaning, the cleaning bugs coming in, or the decorating bug.
It's the decorating bug for me. It's like, oh my God, I go into such a zone. I forgot yesterday was Tuesday.
I need to do that with my packing. I need to go into the packing zone. Uh, I'm just not there yet. I got to do it though. And we have the nodes are at 13 degrees. Who was with the nodes? That was
Oh, that's a big deal because
yeah.
We have Mercury in rulership to the south node, and we've got Uranus in rulership to the north node. And so it was Uranus who made things go forward today for me personally, as well as Mercury showing what needed to be let go of. My anxiety. Take a deep breath and allow things to happen.
I love that. I didn't even notice that's what I was doing today. But I was very anxious and I just kept just dealing with myself. But yeah, it's interesting how we face our fears. And that's that Black Moon Lilith there too with Mercury. And they're at 28. And I didn't even know this, Diana. Mars is at 28 Sagittarius, right on the
Yeah. I was trying to peruse all of that, and so guess what? I did not bring.
Don't even worry about it.
The chart is sitting on my desk.
I love
yes,
it.
Yes.
I mean, we do.
We have that Black Moon Lilith and Mercury. They're the ones who know what the secrets are, right?
Yeah.
And then here we have Uranus with the North Node letting us know what they are.
Yeah. And
so,
that's,
it can't be so precise that it all came out today, but watch for it because there were many things discovered today and just little pieces that I have caught of what went on. So this is pretty, well, we've all been saying this over and over again, precedental times.
Yeah. And when does, okay, so on tomorrow, well, I didn't know that. Tomorrow, Mercury goes into Sag.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to hear some stuff. There's probably been a lot, like Diana said, a lot has been revealed, or it may be coming out in to be revealed. We just may not have heard about it yet. It's still secret, right?
Right. And Mercury is willing to tell these secrets because also he's trying Neptune. So he's already trying Neptune in an orb. Tomorrow it'll be exact.
Man.
So he is anxious to tell these stories.
Yeah. And Black Moon
and Uranus knows that this is the way to go forward,
Yeah.
I mean, look at what he's done today, just attacking oil tankers.
I didn't hear that, really.
Yeah. Adam Mockler came on just before we did and had a little something to say. So the 1212 portal is parenthesed on the 11th by what Mercury is doing with Neptune and stationing direct and going in, or not stationing direct, stationing into Sagittarius. And on December 13, he also has a sextile to Pluto. So he's already in orb to all of that to begin with. So that sextile that he's going to have with Pluto, here we go with the lucky hammer of Thor, the trining hammer of Thor. We're still going to have Uranus and Mercury opposite each other, but we're also going to have Mercury in a sextile to Pluto and Uranus in a trine to Pluto. That gives us this, what I call the silver hammer. Others, I don't know if they're calling that one the iron hammer or something else, but I've been calling that the silver hammer.
So it's like the small hammer of Thor.
The small hammer of Thor, which is better for the collective than it is because Uranus is involved, right? So this card I drew earlier, just before we came on, I drew an angel card and I got integrity and truth. And that is Pluto is going to keep Mercury telling the truth.
Yeah, that's the only way forward. You ever have a problem, go to your integrity and authenticity. It's because Pluto will intervene if we're not. Light workers, love workers, energy workers don't
Right.
really need to be told that, but that's the reason why you're at the position you're at, is because you are in your integrity, you are authentic, and
Yeah.
you own that in you, because
Well, and
we go.
I was just going to say, in that trine to Neptune, don't forget he's also trining Saturn. He's moving forward because it's Mercury. He's starting to gain speed. So,
And
right. So that Saturn is all about planning. You can't do things. You have to still follow the rules, right? And Neptune is about saying, "Told you so."
yeah,
So info coming out,
but
info
but
coming out.
but don't you get it like this too, there, Diana? Like, because they're so close together and they've been running with each other, and Neptune's been in front, right? Neptune's like Saturn's back there trying to figure out what the new rules are in this new era. It's because it's a more higher consciousness reality. And
Look at
I
it this way. As they move into Aries and are positioning themselves by these final steps, looking forward at the flames that they're about to go into, the
yeah,
I am.
yeah, the I
Excuse
am
me. We have the foundation, excuse me, of Saturn, that earth of Saturn. And then we have the water of Neptune, making it murky and making it muddy. But what do you get? Excuse me, when you have mud that goes into fire and bakes, what do you get?
clay.
A solid brick, right? Clay,
Oh, I love it.
solid foundation. So while it has
Oh,
to bake in the oven and cure
yeah.
afterwards, we will begin to see. Now it's still not going to be evident,
For
but in July of next year, we're going to be starting to really feel it.
yeah, we
And
got to
then,
do it.
right.
Yeah,
And then in 27, 28, we're going to be able to look back and go, fuck,
thank you.
how did this,
That's what I sit here and say this all day. I try to come on here with a brave face. I mean, because I know ultimately we will get to 26, 27, 28, and we'll be like, just,
and
just that sigh of relief, just like, yeah,
right. It's important to keep track of your own Saturn. Do your Saturn. Do
yeah,
your Saturn.
integrity.
We've got
Yeah.
Uranus in Taurus. On the 14th, we're going to have a yod, right? We'll have a yod, my favorite stuff. So Uranus is going to be the point. We're going to have the moon in Libra as one leg, and then we're going to have Mercury in Sagittarius as the other. I'm sorry, Mars in Sagittarius as the other.
Wait, say again for me.
We're going to
Oh no.
have Uranus in Taurus.
Okay.
We're going to have the moon in Libra
Okay.
at 2 degrees, 4 degrees. And so these are going to be quick moving things, but these are your
Right.
adjustments, right? And then we're going to have Mars in Sagittarius, creating this yod.
And you know what's
So
at
this
2
is
degrees
as
Libra?
right. This is as we have that Virgo moon. So as we're starting to feel it now, adjustments, adjustments, adjustments. Take it back to the day where I got 2 things done and had to make an adjustment because my doctor prefers the equipment that they have at the hospital than the equipment he has in his clinic for
Oh,
for the kind of stress test that they're going to give me because I can't do a treadmill, so they have to give me an IV that is going to and a drug that is going to make my heart mimic what it would be like
mm,
when I'm exercising.
mm, mm, mm.
So since even though I'm not doing it now, your muscles have memories, right?
Right.
You can think about doing it and your muscles will react as if you're doing it. And our dear friend Ruby Slippers had suggested that we all do 100 heel drops a day. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing those heel drops. They
Mm-hmm.
have been helping tremendously. But I'm not only doing the heel drop, I've added toe curls, and then I've
Mm-hmm.
also added knee bends. So when the
Mm-hmm.
toe curl is over with, I do a knee bend. And when the standing on my tiptoes is over with, I do another knee bend before I go into the toe curl. So it has helped tremendously to put the strength back in my calves.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have memory, it came up quicker
Mm-hmm.
because it wants to do that. So these are all things that are going to help with the recovery. And as we go through, I can make another adjustment and make another adjustment and do more and do more strenuous things.
And that goes for everybody. When Mars goes
Yeah.
into Capricorn, you're gonna have this really that like this excitement about going forward and creating things and making it happen, and especially like I mean, you can't beat being
Well,
in physical optimal physical conditioning. You
he's
can't
he's
beat that.
going into a cardinal sign. He loves to be in a
Yeah.
cardinal.
And there's something you
He
said,
rules a cardinal sign.
oh, about the oil tanker. When you said the oil tanker, I got Neptune and Pisces. How that's a liquid.
And
So
Saturn and Saturn as well, because oil is something we rely on, get from the earth, a
right,
liquid as well.
and the tanker is Saturn, right? They're holding it. Uh-oh, where'd you go? So let me say hi to Leah. Good to see you, Leah. Who else? Aaron's here. Good to see you, Aaron. Make sure I'm not Gina's place on YouTube. Good to see you, honey. And
Sorry, I had to blow
oh,
my
no, no, I got no problem. All right, I caught up with everybody because we have Leah here
Yay.
and Aaron's here and Gina's here. So good to see everybody. So yeah, it is exciting though, right? I mean, we're in a really festive month. We got good energy going on, and if we can focus on that part of getting with family and friends and love and gratitude, and not look at the shit show, we should be okay. But it's not an easy thing to do.
No,
It's
because
not easy.
it's so prevalent and all around us, so
Yeah,
continuous,
yeah.
so
I
hit
just
backed, you know.
I can't wait to see what the aspects are, the transiting planets are that finally take them down. I can't wait to see that. I always sit here and I'm thinking about it all the time. Like, I wonder what it'll be, because it's going to be epic, whatever it is.
Well, it's going to be that Uranus and Gemini for 7 years or whatever it is, and Mercury going through the Sagittarius because that's opposite his rulership. And then when Mercury goes into Capricorn, now we're going to start. Now, again, we have to, because of Uranus's position, we do have to pay attention to our own Saturns, do our Saturn as well as the aid and assistance from the transiting Saturn.
Right. Yeah. Because
We,
we're
discipline, no
restructuring
matter,
too.
right.
We're
And no matter how
restructuring
free
now.
we are, we need discipline. No matter how free we are, we must discipline ourselves.
I'm not. I agree with you there, but we're all being upgraded, even Saturn, right?
Yeah.
But he is the structure. He is the one who is gets us to our physical A to Z every day. Without him, so we're going into a higher consciousness reality. Still, there's structure there, right? Or else we would just be stuck out here. I feel like I'm just stuck out at 29 degrees uh, Pisces, and I've been there for a year. I don't know. I can barely speak. Um, with Gina,
I can barely speak.
I'm going to be able to swim this spring and summer, which I really need the water. Very cool. Yeah.
Well, on the and also on the 13th, when we have that sextile between Mercury and Pluto, and the truth and integrity that this card is reminding us of, it is say what you mean to say. You can always
You have to.
talk like an opossum,
Yeah.
right? But it is about saying what you mean to say, and things that you have okay, Gina, how did that go? Let me know. and
Well,
finish up the things that had to wait, right? So I'm hoping that on that day I will be able to get a message from the medbed people that tell me what day they're delivering,
mm,
because I
now,
still haven't heard from them.
and I want to say this, and I find it's working for me. Whenever we're looking for something or we're wanting like the doctor's appointment to go smooth and the med bed to be there, state it out loud and call it in.
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
tapioca thievery, because that's what we've been doing this for the last 5 years. This training on we all know we have psychic abilities. We're intuitive. We have this knowing. We know, but
That's
it wasn't just up to. It just wasn't for us to hear that. We're the ones here in physical form that are to direct that assistance.
that's the other thing. As we go through this solstice, remember the
Right?
veil has not gotten thick again. We've had too much solar flare activity over this whole past year and the year before. So the veil has remained thin. The ley lines have remained straightened out. They're now 2 feet wide, if not wider in some of the places on your own property. Get your dowsing however you like to douse, whether it's with a pendulum or wooden sticks or coppers like I like to use. Get them out and use them to help you find where the ley lines and places of power are on your property.
And that goes with everything, like not just your property. They're want while you were saying that, Diana, I'm getting we they want us to like every moment because it it's just going to become automatic. So in a moment, I'm looking for my phone. Okay, show me my phone. Like in every little aspect of life, they're saying, ask us, because it's the whole thing about the training was for us to be on one side of the veil, us on the other side. But as that veil went away, we became one, and that's really the way forward. Like really play with all your tools.
Yes.
It's
Now, this
really,
integration that we have been going through,
mhm.
expect all of 2026
Yes,
to help
yes,
and to bring all of our skills back to the surface.
yeah.
The skills that have been forced to wait because of other things going on, and let's go back to COVID, because that was the beginning of it. We had to go into hiding, and then we went into half hiding, and then we've progressed out of that, but we haven't progressed out of that on the same page. We've progressed out of that in conflict with others. And this is a time when we are going to see, well, right now we're in a time where we are closing out the eclipses of September 7th and September 14th. Wasn't that the 2 dates? We had those two eclipses in Virgo, and we are drawing those to a close right now. So whatever happened or where the stage was set back then, this is the closing cycle of it. And in that, we are beginning a new cycle, of course. And now I just drew a blank. Where was I going with all of this? The closing of those eclipses.
All the cycles.
Well, puts us in a position to begin again. Because what took from the first eclipse to the second eclipse till today, there you go. Now we are in the rebirth. And look, it's a fire horse.
Yep. You can't make that up. Fire horse starts on February 17th.
Right? Like, the new moon in Aquarius is when this begins.
Right. Oh my God, that's right. And that, okay, so you see how that just all played out? You see how Diana's day played out? That's the norm. That's what we're getting into on a consistent basis. We're not having to figure things out as much anymore. Like, our team just kind of lines it up.
And this is what I was saying. This is what I just remembered about my trying to explain when Mars goes into Capricorn. And it's about doing your Saturn, and with assistance from the transiting Saturn, when Mars is in Capricorn, it's either do your Saturn or do your Uranus. And what does the transiting of those two planets mean for your chart?
And you're gonna have your team guiding you through that, like in those moments, because I could sit here and go, well, damn, where's my Saturn? Where's my Uranus? But who rules Uranus? That is the frequencies, right? That's where the team is. The team is on the other side of those frequencies.
And we have Pluto in Aquarius. Yeah. So answering to Aquarius, to Uranus, in a fellow air sign of Gemini, Pluto at the beginning degrees, 1, 2, 3. Uranus going at the beginning degrees, 1, 2, 3. They're going to be in this do-si-do back and forth of truth and integrity, because we're going to see a return to hippiedom. Now, it may not be as wild as it was when I was a hippie, but you can expect that camaraderie, that, the co-ops, the food co-ops, the clothing stores, the libraries that were cooperative libraries outside of the norm of, whatever the going to a public library was about. Just doing our own little things so that we had access to these books they've taken off the shelves. Are you kidding me? Come on, folks. So
we're going to definitely go back to more unity, right? Unity and community, and that whole, helping each other, because one thing that is going on out there that the circus is doing is making sure life is going to be a little challenging for some people. So we're going to come together, is what I see.
Iron Horse, if you want your chart down, you can reach out to either one of us and be glad to do your chart for you.
Information's in the description box.
Yeah.
We do them together or we do them separate, whatever you would prefer.
Right. We can do them together too.
Yeah, we have fun.
Leah says her Saturn and Mars are in Aries. There you go, cardinal. Both Mars rules Aries and Saturn is a cardinal sign. He's happy in Aries.
You got that ability to do.
Yep.
She
does, right? Yeah. I mean, she's a major motivator.
Yeah.
And how does this affect me, please? Well, I just told you, you're a major motivator. Yeah, we're taking questions. Of course we are.
Yeah. And
especially since this is going to be I can't come for the next moon show or for the solstice, because it's going to be right after the surgery.
Well, what's next Wednesday? Wait, what?
Wednesday is the night before surgery. My surgery is Thursday. Okay. So either we record it or do it really early Wednesday, but I don't know that my mind's going to be anywhere but on what's coming up. So
I'm with you. I'm like, we'll play it by ear. I love
yeah.
what Maria is saying here. Intentional community. Thank you, Maria, for the words.
Yes, I
My
love
words.
love
My
that.
words. I'd like that, or a Golden Girls living situation in Mexico. Ideal. Heck yeah. I love it. See, and this is exactly okay, because this is the big thing, right? We just came out of the literal cosmic washing machine for 2 years. Well, feels like it. And here we are going direct, right? Neptune's station stopping, but he's not really going for
Yeah.
about 2 weeks.
Well,
But
and Saturn
still,
is already direct. He's no longer retrograde.
but still, after that, being bonked around in the water and murkiness and the fog. Now we've always were asked to dream and really dream big because that's what these last 2 months are about. So what Maria has there with all those details of the dream, really bring it in, keep
Right.
saying it, because that's how we're going to get to intentional communities.
Prior to coming on, I drew another card, Hypnicity. I love this. I want to build a permaculture community on 100 acres. I'm with you, girlfriend. I
Hmm.
want to do that so bad myself.
Yeah, me
And I
too.
also remember that you wanted to put some farming on there. That would be fantastic to do that. Community gardens. And with what you were just saying from Maria and the Golden Girls, I pulled the Three of Pentacles before we came on. So here's the answer to
Hmm.
that. This is community. This is, being able to do it. This is making the plan, which is what we're in right now, the phase of planning it. Look, Linda de Gonzalez has wanted to create this community in Portugal, and it's happening. It's really happening. She found the funding for this hotel that has been abandoned for I've forgotten how many years. Viviani, maybe you remember. And it's really happening.
What?
In a year, she's going to have a retreat center open in Portugal.
That is
This
amazing.
right, and it just takes that go to it, do it.
Yeah. Because as soon as you say, okay, let me go look up hotels or resorts in Portugal, and you go on, and that's when spirit comes dropping in, and they make it happen. I'm telling you,
Right.
this is how we're to live as nat. This is natural. We've been disconnected from our authentic selves. We've been disconnected from our psychic abilities, our intuitive ability. Christ, they didn't even tell us we had a spirit team. We had to figure that out by ourselves. The whole thing, the astrology chart, your natal chart. Those are all things that we came in because it is such a hard place to navigate.
Well, and
But
here's
we
some.
had to find them. We couldn't even I mean, so here we are finding this stuff later in life, but look, it's all falling into place.
When
Sorry.
I was a teenager, yes, Leah, you and I will be doing the murals over there. When I was a teenager, I had this friend, Jeffrey.
Hi,
He
baby.
would see me, and I mean, you know how we are as
Hi,
teenagers,
plans.
and we were always down on the street corner singing doo wop and all this other stuff, and folding newspapers for our brothers because they're, delivering the new Detroit News or the Free Press or whatever it
Oh
was.
God, I remember that.
But
Jeez.
every time Jeff would come around, he would see me and come running for me and scoop me up and say, I'm going to take you to Portugal. Well, I've always wanted to go to Portugal. And so this is like a bit of a dream come true for me as well.
Oh, what? Oh my
Because
God.
I'm definitely going to go over there. This is something that would make me update my passport, or rather have to get a new one by now, get a passport that I've never used, and travel.
Well, how did she get? Well, God, you're gonna have to tell me all about that.
Well, and I don't have all the details stored, I mean, it's just it's
But
just, you
it's a
know
It's
Hypnicity, you know how to do this. You really do, my friend. You have so much mystical talent within you.
everybody does. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all do. All of us do. Whatever that dream is, no matter how big it is, and that's just it, right? Be like, be dream, be fearless. Don't let time, money, space make you shut down your dream, because that is what we've all been doing for 60 plus years. Is just, no, I can't, I'm not young anymore, I can't do that, like stuff like that.
There's no
um
such thing as old.
right,
It's in the mind, right? For
right,
me, I'm not. People say, you know what? I mean, my doctor forgot I was 76 years old. You need
right.
to go have an EKG.
And that's another thing with this Neptune going retrograde at the last degree of the zodiac for the last 2 years on and off. It is about, what do you believe? Because if you believe you are old and you can't do anything, you certainly won't. If you believe I'm reverse aging, my team told me to say that, like, I don't know, 10 years ago. I say it, I believe it. I mean, it's not, I am healthier than I've ever been. It's not so much of what I look like. I don't mean it like that. I'm talking about
You're
myself.
beautiful. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
thing. But you know what I mean. Like the ability to move your body to wait till when I can't wait till Diana's on the other side of her surgery, because it's just gonna be like, oh my God, you know, here I am back again, and that has been what all that detangling was about, right? You go into Neptune last couple degrees retrograde for 2 years. You're detangling everything that ever was an issue at any time, any hurt, any trauma, any pain. So now we're coming out to the other side of that. Now,
So this is in your own chart. You need to look at Hygeia, Chiron, Sedna, your Virgo house, your Virgo sign
I
planet,
love that for you.
and those things will help you, as well as your nodes, North Node and South Node, will help you understand your health patterns, the pitfalls, and the things that you need to do to make it better, and when to act on them.
Oh, thank you, Adam. Yeah, I mean, this is why, and especially now, especially since 2025, having your chart looked at, or knowing your chart, learning your chart, and checking it out every 3 to 6 months really would be beneficial, because so much is going on. But the cool thing is, a lot of these outer planets are going so slow. They don't really move a lot. But the personal planets are moving fast, and they're the ones that make the changes now going forward. But it's I mean, we're living in epic times, and if you can start looking at your chart, or I mean, I'll gladly give you a printout of your chart if you want one, and you can start looking at it. But that you got to remember, those planets in the sky are moving all the time.
Right,
So your natal chart stays solid, those planets are moving, and they're indicating certain things to you at certain times, depending on
right,
the house and all that.
right.
But I don't know. Diana and I talked about this. Diana, God, I've been so out of it for 2 years that we were going to do a like a
Class.
basics, yeah, a class. I think maybe when you heal, if you feel up to it.
I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I
I
do.
do it. Well, I can start putting it together while you're healing, and you can always help me. Just,
Yeah. Well, right. I mean, there's things I can do, but I need to focus on.
just give, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't mean that like at all
Well,
right
no,
now.
but working on getting a class going and getting it together and getting the plan for it is exactly what I have the capability to do. I have to concentrate on moving.
Oh, yeah. And well, I know you. You're going to move. You're not going to sit still very long. I'm like, oh goodness, thank God your sons will be there.
Well, and
Oh,
that's just it. Their biggest thing is you got to make the fusion happen. In order to make the fusion happen, you've got to move.
right.
And I am, I'm about moving. I push
Mhm.
myself through it. When we have solar flares, like all the M class that went off today, and the solar flare that
Yeah, it's
we're in, and the
crazy.
geomagnetic storm that we are in,
Yeah.
I mean, I get up and push through it anyway. And on these kind of days, it's a 15. So if on a scale of 1 to 10, if I'm usually around a 7 and 8 on a daily basis, and then find myself revving up to a 15 on days like this, how much worse can that be? I'm already pushing through this shit. I go up and down the stairs. Now, the basement stairs are easier because there's less of them and they're not as steep. My entryway stairwell that takes me upstairs to the bedroom, those are harder to navigate. So I can go to the basement, and because the basement's colder, it's easier for me to move. Now, don't ask me why. I'm a conundrum. But my belief is that I love winter. I have always loved winter. I like the dark gray. I like the short days. There is something in my past lives living in Simi, and not Simi Valley, but the Simi people in the steppe region of Russia, and that tundra above there, who raised the reindeer people. This all makes sense to me. This was my past life. So think of the seasons. Where do you feel the most comfortable? I loved Colorado. I know when I got there, I knew I was home.
Aw.
And thinking about winter,
Did you
I know
see?
I can't. I'm one of those souls that traveled across the frozen Bering Straits
Mhm.
and
And
was
this
part
is
of that.
now. See, Diana does all this, like Akashic records. She did past life readings. She does all kind. I mean, we've all had all these classes, so she knows her stuff. She knows where she comes from. She knows what she's doing. And everybody here has a history like that. You have stuff in your chart and indicates somebody's asking Adam Yoder, how does one study the stars? It is just you just start watching videos on it, you read books, and you'll know if it's for you. Like if you like I can't go throughout the day without knowing. I know where everything is. I know where the planets are. I know what's going on, and if
Yeah,
I miss something, which I mean is quite possible because there's 40,000 asteroids, but I'm like, dang,
yeah,
or if I hear something new about an asteroid and it's doing something with one of our planets, and I'm just like, oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever. It gives you, and it's not just the stars. It's whatever makes your heart smile like that. That's your direction. That's where you head. We all have that stuff within us that we just can't not look it up or understand it or see something or read something on it. Warrior Widow here had a few spinal surgeries. My goodness, best thing she ever did though. Medicine is so much better now.
you
Yeah,
know,
I love
seriously,
that.
I don't know anything's wrong with me till I stand up. And that's the truth. So I
And
know
it,
that my
uh,
health is good enough to get through this.
yeah, you. I see you, Ken. You're just gonna bounce. I can see you doing it quick, bouncing right up out of there. Yeah. What's that one song? And here's Warrior Widow. I'm a cat, Aries rising,
Yes.
moon, Cancer. Wow, have no idea what's happening with my chart. I should check it. Um,
Well,
to put
Saturn
it
in Aries is going to kick you in the butt.
well, it's gonna you're gonna definitely get you moving, that's for sure.
Right.
But base it on your emotions. What do you want to move towards? Because don't
Right.
go anything, don't do anything you don't want to feel.
Your rising sign is how you're moving forward.
Mm.
That Aries rising sign is in
Oh, it's
I know how to do this because you're a Capricorn who knows how to do it.
yeah.
who
So
won't allow it to happen without the discipline.
and she knows that, right? So
They're
you,
both cardinal signs.
right. So it looks like you're like going up, going crazy, just heading in this direction, but you got your intuition enlightened your Capricorn, and your Aries is like, let's go do it. And that when Neptune and Saturn do get into Aries, and that is personal, right? That's the I am. This is why Diana and I've been talking about this for 2 years, about we're recreating ourselves. Because when those two get into that sign, we have made a lot of adjustments, and this is for each individual, wherever this is in your chart, that
Yeah.
where Aries is 0 degree. Aries is 0 degrees, is the first degree of the zodiac. That's where you're gonna really
Right.
build on who you are. And then a month later, we have the actual sun at 0 degrees of Aries. It's the spring equinox. So it's going to be like this. I just see this like epic understanding of who you are and how you're going to be
Right.
there. Like, just okay, they're showing me Linda Gonzalez, and that all playing out for her just like that. I mean, just always had a
Well,
dream, and there it
not,
is.
right, Nadia, and how things are with her daughter, and what a time where she was supposed to go and be a speaker, but couldn't do it because it was more important for her daughter to be in a better place. And so it didn't happen. So the
That Pam.
Aries knew because of the discipline of the Capricorn. And I can't bring your chart up on, even though I know I have Nadia's chart. I can't bring it up on my phone. I have to bring it up on my iPad. So I can't tell you where your Saturn is right now, but somewhere in all your things, I've sent you a copy of your chart. I
No.
can do that for you later on.
And look, Pam did a chart for her salon today, her hair salon. She never thought to do that. I love
It's
that.
just Saturn return on your hair salon. How about
Yeah,
that?
and it's 29. And everything's at 29. It's
That's right.
great.
I did a chart on my mastectomy surgery because it's in its Saturn return. It's at the 30th year, so it just got around the corner. And here I am again with more internal stuff. Now, where Saturn was back then didn't affect my teeth and bones, but
Yeah.
they were all the soft tissue around it that supports your teeth and bones. And of course, I've lost more teeth since then, and now I'm dealing with a bone.
Well, but do you see the journey of that?
Oh yeah,
You know, I mean, the journey of that, where she, in many cases wouldn't even be here.
right,
And now here you are, and
right.
you've taken another layer. Now all these things, right? And this is how I get it. It's like any illness, any heartbreak, anything that we go through that is devastating. I mean, breast cancer is devastating, right? All of this, new hip, it's because of lifetimes prior where we've had to endure certain pains and traumas, and it's coming out of our cellular structure in this lifetime. And as we heal it in this lifetime, we release all this pain and trauma, and we get raised in frequency. And this is how we are ascending. But this stuff's been going on for at least this lifetime, maybe the one or two before it, where we've been in these long healing journeys. I mean, think how many lifetimes you've had here where it didn't end well. And I could say that's probably for most of us. How many past life readings do you do, Diana, where it ended well? So,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that in a mean way, but this is one of those cycles that are closing down. We had the 26,000 year cycle dying on one. So, the Kali Yuga, the age of Pisces, the what was the one you were just saying a minute ago? All of these cycles are closing down, and as they close down, we become lighter, and we become, I mean, we are one with our higher self. This is like we have that ability to read the energies in front of us at any time. It is so cool, you know. And then we got Three Eye Atlas. I know Three Eye Atlas is doing some stuff for
You
our.
know how I feel about that. Hang on, Elizabeth, I'm coming.
I'm so excited. And that's going to come by closest to Earth on the 19th on that new moon in Sagittarius. And that's the day Diana has her surgery. I mean, I think it's an epic day for surgery. I don't know. It's so cool. There's just so many cool things going on. And if you're, you know, which all of us here are, we're all a highly higher consciousness community. You know when your team is talking to you, and it's just every time you listen, every time you go and follow that advice or that breadcrumb, it comes right back in. It's like there's no separation between us anymore. So the more that we do that, the more that we follow that and go for it, and stay true to our higher self, because a lot of things I keep getting is that we are becoming our higher self as we raise in frequency. A higher part of us is coming in. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm answering Nadia. I love you too.
Aw, Nadia. Oh, that's so sweet. I know you've been. Who's Nadia? Is it somebody else with a different
No,
name?
that's why you're with her.
Oh, I know. Oh,
Now, see, I've done a past life reading for her. And that's the other thing. You know, our past lives give us our ancestral DNA and injuries that we carry with us lifetime after lifetime, soul injuries, where we also can get physical injuries that we carry with us that go with us lifetime after lifetime. I had a great
right.
Reiki practitioner, and it was always, I was able to go to her home, and she did a system called Zero Balance. It's
Mm,
fantastic. There was, I had so many past life regressions in her sessions. And one of them in particular, I had this pain in my left thigh, and I'd been having it off and on all my life. And in a past life regression from one of my sessions with her, I saw myself as a Scotsman. Now, the way the whole thing started out was I heard in my right ear, "You're corpsman." And I went, "Oh, you mean a soldier?" Because corpsmen are platoon soldiers, right?
right.
They're in the Corps, the Army Corps, whatever. And and the answer came back in and said, "No, corpsman." And so then the story began to play out. And what I had seen was me as a man wearing a kilt, and I had gotten gored by a boar, and the injury was in that thigh, up into my abdomen, and into my left breast. Hello, that's what had. So when this had all played out, I was so taken with it and able to explain to her that somewhere along the line he also said, "No, Corman, like McCormick, like Cormac." So when I went home, I entered a trance, and I started getting more of this playing out. And then I did some physical research, and I could never figure out if the injury happened in Scotland or in Virginia, because the places look so much alike. And Cormac is a name from Scotland that migrated over to Virginia. So I still didn't know where the injury occurred because the terrain was still very much the same in Scotland as it was in Chantilly, Virginia, or not Chantilly, but in the up in the mountain area, the moor area of the Blue Ridge of Virginia. So it was, I still couldn't figure out because that's where the Cormac moved to. And there was the family crest and the whole 9 yards and the story of them. And they're one of the 7 or one of the 5 sheaves, which is the warrior protectors of Scotland and Black Watch Plat and all that stuff. So I'm just telling you, you never know where you can go with things when you allow yourself breath work and Reiki, or just taking yourself into this meditation. And people say often, I can't do that, I can't sit still. Well, there's walking meditation that also can do that for you.
That's right.
Listening meditation, whatever your clair is. Some people are lucky they have all the clairs. So one, like aromas can trigger it for me.
And the thing is, right, the more that you try to connect to your team, the more they connect to you, and the more your different clairs will come online, and you just don't know what's available to you until but we have free will, so we're the initiators. Yeah. We can hear them talking all day, but if we don't act on it,
yeah,
you're going to lose it. But I think most of us here understand that. I thought that was a cool story, warrior. I love this story. My daughter and I were in a Bali detention center. You're probably thinking there's no way I'm completely serious. Serious, Aries rising. Yeah, I love that story. Oh my gosh. And I'm sorry, Leah said something. I'm so thankful for my badass Aries in my chart. Thank goodness. Yeah, I mean, that Aries, that's Mars ruled. That Mars gets you doing things, gets you out there. But Aries, sometimes if it doesn't have any support, Aries will go head first and maybe not think it through. Doesn't mean that's bad. It just means, maybe it could have been a little different. But it is, to me, everything is the way it's supposed to be. Iron Fire Horse is originally from Scotland and live in Canada in this lifetime. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that whole thing that Diana knows about her history. And
if it chokes you up, believe it. If you feel this strong pull that you just know it happened. Believe it. Because the soul doesn't forget. It's a muscle. Your mind doesn't forget. It's a muscle. And we take these things with us one lifetime to another because our soul is imprinted with our DNA. And when they say there's junk DNA, if you haven't heard me preach on this before, I'm going to give you a little bit of that right now. There is no junk DNA.
Exactly.
There is reconnecting your DNA strands. So that once you do that, you have to work at remembering and keeping them together. But each time you do that, you ascend in your own Merkaba. It spins faster, the frequency is higher, the vibration is stronger, and you hear 33 trillion angels to the 144th power of.
And how many times have we said,
to the power of 12.
That we are all, this is who we are, our higher self. We've been in low density for quite a while, and we've kind of forgot. So we're remembering who we are as we shed, right, all that is not us. And that's what the year of this year of the wood snake was. And then we're going into the fire horse, where it's going to be, let's do it, let's move it along. I mean,
Right.
you know, you're going to.
And my Sagittarius son and his Sagittarius wife are coming, and my moon is Sagittarius, so I can't wait for this. They'll be here for the holidays and for my recovery, and
thank you.
This is, you know, this is like, you can't make this shit up.
Her recovery. The Sagittarius don't like to sit still too long.
Oh no, right? My thighs are aching to go. Like, come on, babe, let's do this. What is the deal? You can't walk. What? I will be out there shoveling my own snow.
I'm the same way. I mean, you just gotta do what you gotta do, and it's like, we are all like, what's that called when you go 2.0? We're all leveling up. We're all
Oh yeah. I mean, I just feel that if you're here, you're no longer 3D anyway.
No.
Unless you're a troll or a bot.
Oh my God, wasn't that something to see? That was pretty interesting. I wanted to bring that up the last time we were together, because the last time Diane and I were together was the full moon in
last week.
Last week. And Mercury was in Scorpio, and I kept getting, I mean, we know there's going to be all kinds of things uncovered with Mercury and Scorpio. Oh, Jesus. Now I forgot what the heck I was going to say. But all that shit. It was, but there's been so much stuff being uncovered, right? And I always, I'm like, man, I wish somebody would I need to do this. Take note of everything that I hear and put it down. But I have stuff written down everywhere, and I can barely talk.
Then I can't find the note.
Yeah,
like all the stuff I had written down for today that I was going to take with me, I can't find it. The other reason why I didn't want to lose it, because it was all the information from the full moon, which I had planned in my head I was going to use tonight when we were in our talk. Well, what? There it goes.
I got so many notebooks, so much information, and this is, I mean, there is a lot of epic astrology, but that Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, is going to bring up stuff. It's going to bring up the underbelly. It's going to bring up the things, you know, that they don't want us to know about, but we're going to find out anyway. Now, I don't think we're going to find out everything, but we're going to find out a lot of things.
Well, we can surmise a lot of it because we know because of what is going on.
Now, I got this card for us tonight. Journey by moonlight, believe in magic. And this is just it, right? We believe in ourselves, and I mean, your guidance is, I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's never off. You know what you know. And oh man, I hate when people try to say, oh no, how do you know that? You know, if you're dealing with a narcissist, you know what I'm talking about. Those type of, when you know stuff. And
well, let me say thank you, first of all, to Nadia here.
Thank you, Nadia.
So I pulled cards because we have solstice coming up. I'm using the solstice witch deck. Seasons right.
They get worried.
That, you know, that's just it. I'm definitely a dancer. That's the other thing. I danced myself right into this hip, the old one into a new one. But I'm looking at it as going bionic. I mean, after all, I am Wonder Woman. My name is Diana. Anyways, so I drew 5 cards from this deck. So we're going to look at this as body, mind, spirit, grounding, and clarity. So the body right now is in the darkest hour. And how many of us are feeling like we need to make a change, whether it's going on a diet or exercise or just eliminating caffeine or sugar or whatever it is. So many of us know that we need to make a change. I'm not going to read all of the below captions. The mind is understanding we're in a great season. We're in the Yule log season.
Yeah.
In the solstice is coming at us. And it is time to be making those New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit is filled with perseverance.
Oh, I love
Every
that.
time we fall down, we get back up. No matter how hard it is, we get back up.
Yeah.
Gather our stuff and throw it back in the basket and carry it on. The grounding is going to be coming in with the gatherings. Getting back together with friends, whether we're playing Krampus or Santa Claus
Mm-hmm.
or Bridget for embalm, because that's coming too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the December 8th was the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, which, if you caught my Sunday on the sofa, it's more about the divine feminine
Mm-hmm.
and bringing that divine feminine in. And then our clarity is going to come in the tranquility that we feel by the production we make, by the friends we embrace, and by the truth we stand in.
That's beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful. That's the truth. The whole season right there. I love it.
Maria, I can't read my own writing.
I had to put it up there because Maria, I'm always going, what the
Yeah,
hell
right.
did
What
I
the heck was
write?
that all about?
I'm like, I can't even read this stuff. And oh, I kept getting this too. Well, this was probably from last week. Your frequency is your freedom. So as we raise in frequency, that does raise us up out of this lower density, and we do become more free.
So, finishing this month out, we got some important, let me just hit a couple of important dates, okay? On the 15th, we've got Mars going into Capricorn. Big deal, because now he's in a cardinal sign and he's the ruler of a cardinal sign. He's co-ruler of Scorpio, but he's the ruler of Mars. And then on the 20th, we have on the 16th, we have the sun squaring Saturn. And then on the 20th, we have the sun squaring Neptune. And then on the 21st, solstice, we have, Venus is squaring Saturn. The sun is entering Capricorn. We have Venus squaring Neptune. And she's within orb. She won't be exact until the 24th, but all that is going to happen on solstice. So those things on the 21st are going to start helping you make those transitions into the new year. Pay attention, especially that Venus, because that Venus is about our love. And she is right now, I don't have my chart, she is right now in Sagittarius as well.
Yeah, she's at 12. And
Yeah.
the night, and don't forget the 19th, we have Three Eye Atlas coming closest to Earth.
Right.
And this is Mars entering Cap is out of bounds. That's an out of bounds Mars too. For how long, Diana? 2 weeks.
January 4th, Mars and Venus will both go back into being in bounds. But right now, Venus is about to go out of bounds. And so that she's only out of bounds for 2 weeks. I think she goes on the 15th, something like that. But January, she goes later in the month, because they both go back up on January 4th. So we have a lot of planets, and you find out of bound planets around the solstices. Okay. So you have to pay attention to both the spring, May, the last days of May, from May 29th to June 4th, and then from December 20th, or no, November 20th to December. And then, there's days and weeks that they're out. But when a planet hits 20 degrees, it begins to go into and out of bounds. So the rule of thumb is when it is at 23.5 degrees of the sign Cancer or into Gemini, when it hits that 23 degrees of Cancer, that's when it's out of bounds. When it hits that 23 degrees of Scorpio, that's when it's out of bounds.
Oh, dang. That explains a lot. I'm a 23-degree Cancer.
Yeah.
23.
I said Scorpio. No, I mean, when it gets into that range in Sagittarius, because it goes into Capricorn. So
I've been out of bounds the whole time, Diana. Oh, well.
And then we'll be able to see Venus again.
And that's when, man, I can't wait till we get going into next year. But I know what's being birthed, or what's being turned to goo, and right now is very valuable for our future steps ahead. So it is going to be very interesting going forward. And Diana and I will be back. We're not sure if we're going to do a show recorded or not, but we will. I'll be here on the 19th, and we'll do a show in honor of Diana.
Well, Fire Dragon says he wants to go solo camping on the solstice in Canada in the snow. You are a brave pony. Good. Go for it.
God bless you. No. I wish I had it like that. I was never one of those. When I was younger, I would. Anyway. Anywho, is there anything that we're forgetting? Anything we want to say? Anybody have any questions before we go for the evening?
I think this is time for us to take a winter break. No matter where you live, the days, unless you're in Australia where the days are getting longer, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter no matter where you are. Even if you're living in Florida or California, the days are shorter. The temperatures are different. There's more rain, and sometimes orange crops get frosted. So take the time that winter provided our ancestors. It's the time to go within. It's the time to reconnect with family. It's the time to make sure that you, oh, cool. So you're over there on the East Coast.
Algonquin.
You got that, right? For sure. Yeah. Build a big fire log. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. For solstice, that's all you need is your Yule log. Cut down the tree. Here you go. Look for one that has fallen in the forest, right?
That is so cool.
Yeah. So there's just so much that we take for that we have lost. We don't take it for granted. We have lost it and we miss it because society has wanted us to be daylight 24/7, 365 days out of the year. And it's not that way. It is winter and it is summer. And winter is a time for the break. It is the time for creating the things that you did all that harvesting for. It is the time to do your knitting. You don't always have that time while you're out working the fields. I'm here in the field. I fight for my meals. I get my back into my living. I don't need to fight to prove I'm right. I just need to be forgiven. Teenage wasteland.
Yep. Oh, Janet, I didn't see you here. Hi, Janet. Poor's here. Oh man, I love that song. That's one way to do it. And you're absolutely right. You know, we have seasons for a reason. We're to follow the seasons, follow Mother Earth. And
awesome. I love this. Yeah, follow, and I love what you're saying as well, but I love that you have already started doing that. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's the way forward, and you know, and the more we do that and we go inside, the more our team can speak to us, and it just everything starts to flow. Yeah, I love Four Seasons too, Iron Fire Horse. Well, thank you guys. I don't want to
Yes. Thank you so much.
keep
Happy
y'all here.
solstice, Merry Christmas if I don't see you, and all the things.
We'll be back.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy
We'll be
Yule.
back. We'll be back. Yeah. We will definitely be back. We love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Be safe.